Today, the CPI number came in, the inflation number, and it was a little bit smaller than, lower than people were anticipating, and therefore market gapped up. Again, it's really hard to make sense of any of these news that are coming. A really good inflation number could, make the market down, or a bad inflation number could make them. But really, all right, guys. Good morning, everybody. Let's do the quick recap for today. Today, the CPI number came in, the inflation number, and it was a little bit smaller than, lower than people were anticipating, and therefore market gapped up. Again, it's really hard to make sense of any of these news that are coming. A really good inflation number could, make the market down, or a bad inflation number could make them. But really, it's hard to, make a understanding of this market at this stage. But regardless, we saw that there was a really big gap up from the market. SPY ripped higher, QQQ ripped higher. Everything is really was strong, and we decided to take the trade. So meme stocks were active the last couple of days, AMC and Bed Bath and Beyond. So I did a 1 minute open range breakup on AMC that it didn't work out. It had everything that is really, I was liking. It was gapping up, really nice volume above the VWAP, and opened up a strong, and the volume came in. I went long 23.60. I was hoping to get to 24, and then suddenly dropped, and I got to stop out. And that's okay, even though it was really painful. But look what happened after that. It just dropped, another 10%, 20%. So, you don't want to really stuck in these stocks. So that was my biggest loss here on AMC. So $5,000 loss on that, which was really painful, but that's okay. Another thing that had the news was Roblox. Roblox was giving a lot of people a hard time at the open. It was gapping down to 10%, but it was trading above the VWAP. For 2 minutes, 3 minutes, there was no volume. And then suddenly volume came in and started selling off, and the stock was gapping down. And I like, okay, I'm going to short it. I shorted that and I got a squeeze. The volume came in. I flipped my position to see if I can go long. I went long, sold some, and then I got stopped out at uh, uh, the the rest of the position that I had. And then for about 3 minutes or for a couple of minutes, try to, break down the 43. So I went short, I got stopped out. I went short again, I got stopped out. It's constantly we're squeezing. So essentially what I saw that's really held this 43 level. So one, two, three, four times really, three times really held this try. Every time I try to go short, eventually squeeze back up. So it really doesn't want to sell at 43 level. And that's why on the short side, I just constantly got to stop out and squeeze on it. I think eventually it's going to come above the Viva or go up because it really doesn't want to go down. After three times, you can't really go short on it. The best time was Meta. That was turned out to be a really nice 5 minute open range breakup. So this pattern that we'll call it 5 minute engulfing crack. So as you see here, so really bullish pattern. Came up. I went long heavy, added more on the way up from 178 all the way up to 180 or 179 something. And then I pulled back. I tried to catch a 920 trade, essentially to pop above the VWAP, but it stopped me out a couple of times, and I hated that. I just constantly going long and it stopped out. Eventually, it did pop up and really it made the move on a 5 minute chart, but it just constantly was getting stopping me out, and I hated that. Just constantly dropping and going up, and I hate when the stocks are doing that, and I got out of it. So eventually, it turned out to be a profitable day on Meta. Thanks to the Meta, AMC was the biggest loss, and RBLX was really absolute mess. The market right now, as we speak, is bouncing back. Hues are coming above the VWAP, and let's see what they're doing. I think it might continue trending up. Brian, how was your trade?
Oh, it was pretty. It was a scalpy day. It kind of scalped a lot of stuff because it was so choppy. But yeah, RBLX. I did a quick trade at the open and shorted it, and then I ended up covering some. I shorted it at 44 around 44.50. It dropped around 44.20. Scalped some, covered some, but then came back up to my break even. Same with TTD. I took a breakout, got a nice move up from 68.50 to about 70.50.
Wow.
and then it dropped back again. So I got stopped out. But that was a nice move. And then I did get a nice short on Tesla, just a couple hundred shares, but I got about $6 move on it. So that was a nice move as well. So yeah, and then there's been a few trades that just haven't worked out. I went short TQQ, and now the market's or went short SQ, or went short by buying SQQ, and got stopped out on that. So for small loss, and I got yeah, and I had a loss on Baba as well. So anyway, overall it was okay. Still green on the day.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really nice gap up, but it really traded on a narrow range at the open. So it was really hard in terms of trading, to be honest with you, at the after the open.
Yeah,
My meta trade was amazing, and I really should have stopped trading after that. But it is what it is. All right. So what day it
yeah.
is?
Well,
Wednesday. Yeah.
yeah, I was going to say when you get a big gap up day, it really is I find they're more challenging to trade because a day like today where absolutely everything is gapping up, it's stocks don't tend to trade as predictably. Get a lot more chop on a day like today. So
That's
that's
good.
it.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I mean, today's Wednesday. We have credit for psychology, and I'll be back in Vancouver in on Thursday, getting ready for the boot camp. And um, yeah, that's it.
I
Thank you
thought,
so much, everybody, and
I-
see you guys all soon.
all right. I thought credit was on Thursday.
Credit is coming on Thursday for our for YouTube live, but I think she has the Psychology Wednesday today.